Everything that I ever have to tell anybody is through the True Blue. Right. You know what I mean? Like everything, it's all out there. Other Summer is just referencing how there was a lot of new experiences for like everybody personally, as well as the band. You know, we hadn't been like through a summer yet with the True Blue as a band, and we just weren't sure of what things were gonna come from it. We weren't sure like what was gonna happen in our personal lives with everything that we were all going through. That's what made it like the other, you know what I mean? And really putting emphasis on that word, because we cast it out as like different. I mean, it was gonna be something profound to, even if it was just us, it would be really special for us. All those songs were, like I said, they're all about difficult times dealing with relationships in my life, and you just don't know where things are gonna go. That's why I was like, this encompasses everything really well. Yeah, Pacific Time and High are obviously kind of like one track together, and that song was about somebody leaving and going off to do their own thing, like away from home. And I guess I missed them in a romantic way, and things between us just hadn't got to that point yet. It was tough. It was just kind of weird, because it's like, that was me kind of saying how I felt, but also saying like, I miss you in this way, and I haven't really been able to tell you now that you're gone. So OOC stands for Out of Character, and that song is about being with somebody that, I guess, they bring out the worst in you, and you'll do things that are out of your character, and you're willing to deal with those things because you want to be with that person. It's just exploring like the scariness of that, of, you know, doing things that you know aren't right, and having them treat you in ways that you know aren't right, and just accepting it, and basically forgetting about yourself in the relationship and just wanting to make that person happy. Sleepless it was just kind of one of those things that I had never discussed with that person, and those feelings were building up. They were seeing somebody else. I mean, these songs are just my way of saying things and getting things out there that I am too scared to have a conversation about, or just they're really difficult. But obviously, you know, having them translate to music and thinking them of like that in that way is really, really easy to express myself. Ironic is about being insecure about being in a band. I mean, I love playing music. It's my favorite thing to do. But any creative person will tell you that when they chase something they're passionate about, the path is always unclear. And like, no matter how good or talented you think you are, even, I mean, if you are, no matter how much you think you deserve it, it still could never work out. And that's kind of the fun part of it. It's like, you know, you never know, good or bad. So Ironic is just talking about how I feel when I hear people that I've grown up with talking about getting jobs and finishing school and whatnot. And it's easy to feel really insecure about it when you're kind of sitting there and people will be like, you know, so how's music going? And it's just it's such a daunting question, because I fully 1,000% believe in the True Blue. You know what I mean? I believe in anybody that is passionate and good at what they do and takes time to perfect that craft. But Ironic is just kind of like, sometimes it's really difficult. It's frustrating. You get in your head, like you worry about what is everybody else like thinking of me? Do they think that like I'm good at music but like I don't have a chance, or do they think I'm just bad in general? You know, because sometimes you can support something without believing in it. Yeah, they come to shows and they tell me to listen, but do they really think I have a shot? And at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's just about what you think. For me, Ironic is one of like the most important songs to me, because I've never tackled anything like that. Why would I? Like, I'm not gonna put my whole life into a band and then go out and tell everyone that I'm scared or really insecure about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just exploring the bad feelings that surround it. I mean, my family believes in me probably more than I do sometimes. You know, when you see people from high school that you don't even care what their opinion is, but for some reason it just kind of gets to you, and it's just like, why? Like, why do I care what you think about my life? It's easy to envy the stability and like the clear path that you can have getting a very steady job. I'm not knocking that, or like education, I'm obviously not knocking that, but it's scary to hear when like I have friends that tell me that they've only been working somewhere for like a year and like they despise it. Like when they get like the job, it's like, this is something you're planning on doing for, I don't say the rest of your life, but a very, very long time. You're so young, and to say that you like hate it already is kind of just, it's scary. Or people tell me like they don't know what they want to do. That's scary too. I mean, I've known what I wanted to do since I was a teenager. I'm not saying that I thought it'd be easy. I've known what I wanted to do. Like it's always been music. And I've, been doing it long enough with these guys where like I see the best parts of it and I see the worst parts of it. And Ironic is just about the worst parts of it. All the high that you're chasing with any craft, music, art, film, all the highs that you're chasing, like they make everything worth it when you hit them. You don't get them all the time, but when you do hit them, you'll never ask for anything more if you can get those moments, as many as you can in your life. Fine Line is about a very casual relationship. It's very fun, it's very casual, and then in the bridge, the lyrics kind of change, and they are saying that I think I'm scared of really falling in love with somebody, but I'm invested in that person. But because our relationship's been so casual and so carefree, like, if you choose not to stay, like, I totally get it, and I support that. No Answer is just about, same thing, like we like spending time together, but we don't put a label on it, and then eventually you find someone that you do want to put a label on it with. I mean, I'm just quoting the song, I'm asking the big questions, like what happens when I'm not going to answer eventually, you're not going to answer eventually. Eventually you're going to be too busy, or you're not going to want to answer me because there's somebody else has filled that spot. That happens, that song's it's obviously super real, it's just, it doesn't hit you until it happens, and you're like, oh wait, like I'm not going to answer this person. It's scary when you are not upfront with how you feel, and it's scary when you are upfront with how you feel and then that person doesn't feel that way, and then you choose to just kind of accept that, and then eventually you just wind up getting really hurt. Yeah, at all, I saw something in someone that I knew they were really great for me. For whatever reason at the time, I was just like, but maybe this isn't something we do right now. And then a couple months go by, and then I was like, I don't know why I did that. Relationships have always been really tricky for me. They're tricky for everybody. It's not easy for anybody, even if it seems like it is. Yeah, it all was just me saying that I think that maybe I'm self-destructive and I turn good things away, I turn good people away. That was just something I have never been able to say to anybody. It's hard for me to just sit down with my friends and be like, hey, I don't think I'm looking out for myself. I don't think I want me to be happy because I keep doing the same things that turn good people away and ultimately I make everybody unhappy. It's like you just said about being revealing and whatnot. I mean, there's a Childish Gambino song. It's on his first record. It's the closing track, and he talks about, you tell somebody something that's just for them, and then they go tell everybody. But if you cut out the middleman, you make it for everybody all the time. And his way of talking about it is a little more negative. I'm just saying, for me, it feels good for me to just get it out there for people to hear, because sometimes you're making it for one specific person to hear, and sometimes you're just saying it because I have to get this off my chest. And I think that's one of the biggest coping mechanisms that music has to offer, is that sometimes it's not about saying it to one person or a group of people. Sometimes it's about saying it to everybody because you're so sick of keeping it to yourself. To anybody. I hadn't said it to the person that needed to hear it most. I didn't say it to my friends. I didn't say it to my family. I just said it to myself and put it out there. You feel better as you can, and eventually everything kind of comes full circle, and you realize, okay, yeah, maybe that was a rough patch in my life, and I'm still here. I'm still good. I'm doing things. I'm going to work. I'm functioning. Idol is the reason why the True Blue exists. The True Blue is here for us to say things that need to be said. I always try to think of things bigger picture, because it's you can have one really horrible day and you're like, all right, well, tomorrow, if today was really bad, that means tomorrow can probably only go up. And then if you have a really bad month, you have to think, all right, 6 months from now, that'll be just a rough month ahead. You can't accept a reality where you just lose. You can't have that mentality, otherwise you might.